woman sort of be looking, woman not looking at her, looking, tatted my pile, pushing me and neglect me, they run away from me. My friend, one man, I go to school, they run away from me.
Respect failure as much as you respect success. In fact, fear people who have not failed. They are too innocent to counsel you. There is a requisite level of failure you must carry as a badge to balance your understanding in counseling people. Believe me, anybody who comes to you with 100 over 100 is still a child in the school of success. There is a requisite scar that gives you a balanced perspective. Have you failed enough to be able to talk to me? Don't tell me all the stories. I just prayed and the person was healed. I just spoke and they gave me an auditorium. You are not the person to counsel me. I respect you. Carry your results until you learn the other side of life. My goodness, there are people that have failed enough and they can talk to you. When they talk to you, they utter from their pain. Their pain has been turned to wisdom. Every sentence is a life lesson. A woman who tells you, I've been barren for 10 years. Now God gave me 3 sets of twins. Forget the twins and learn wisdom. Don't just respect crowns, respect scars. The wise respect both stars and crowns. Can I encourage someone? Your failure is still an asset. Don't throw it, archive it. It will be one of the qualifiers for your speaking to people tomorrow. Apostle, I have cried. I have failed in life. I know what it means to be an irresponsible father. Don't throw that experience, archive it. One day you will use from that wisdom and mentor an arrogant young man who thinks life is so easy. Most times when we are starting out in life, because of the leverage of prayer, the prophetic, or generally life just playing games with you, you can believe life is so easy. And you are wondering, so why are people crying like this? Just got married and 3 months, it's been so rosy. In fact, my wife is the best thing that has happened to me. And you go online and embarrass yourself. And someone who has been married for 15 years, he said, may God help you. After 2 years, you just turn and start saying life is unpredictable. All these unwise things that people do. Do not just respect those who have succeeded alone. Respect those who have failed. Not everybody She's touched with the feelings of your infirmity. Let me tell you the truth. You see, many of you see today that I pray for people and I'm just speaking and you see the power of God. It's not only prayer and anointing. No. There is a pain requirement that has reached down to the bowels of power and has drawn genuine, authentic spiritual power.
Who was stronger, Joseph or Samson? Let's find out. First of all, Samson had strength of body, but Joseph had strength of character. Samson impressed men just like he did you today, but Joseph impressed God. See, he didn't impress you when you looked at him, but he impressed God. Samson lost his position and his vision. Joseph died in a position of power, prestige. He was the prime minister of Egypt. I guess the difference is that Samson had charisma, but most amazing people don't impress us. This is what I want to talk about. I've discovered that when I studied these two men, Samson's number one problem was compromise. He surrendered his values, his commitment, his decency to the lust of the flesh. Joseph's number one word is conviction. Both words start with C, but they're very opposite to each other. Compromise versus conviction. Conviction important than wealth. People pursue wealth like Samson, wanted to associate with sophisticated people like Delilah, who's a queen. He wanted to be in the courts of wealth. Joseph ran from wealth and went to prison for the sake of his character. Sometimes your character may cause you to go to prison, but I promise you, character will deliver you from prison as well. So I guess our question today that we got to deal with is,
Oh yes, happy Independence Day to everyone. Oh my god, my 26 on yo. Dr. Pele, hats off to you. Our Independence Day orator. And some part of the speech, let me begin this way. And dignity must define us. It's underlined. In our efforts to achieve state building, we must build a national consensus around how we perceive and perform public service. Why some people enter government to engage in post-war profiteering, others are committed to public sector productivity. Why some remain political entrepreneurs, others become transformative policy makers. This duality exists in governments across the globe. We have to do a better job of not only scouting for competence, but also gauging who will put public interest before personal gain, but also gauging who will put public interest before personal gain. That who will tell you how to interpret that one. My people, how y'all doing? Good afternoon. It was very good being at the program today. The celebration of the 177th Independence Day celebration. Liberia is 177th. And she furthered, this is what the Liberian electorate communicated when we rejected most incumbents in the House, Senate, and presidency late last year. We said we deserve better, and contrary to global hysteria about the violence that will should we delivered an overwhelming message through the ballot box rather than through the barrier of the gun. Our young post-war democracy defied the odds in a sub-region that has been racked by political and military coups. But there is still essential state building work to be done. Now, who will tell you how to interpret that one again? My people, how y'all doing? It's going to be back again on State of the Nation Friday. Well, the police today are busy moving about, doing their usual job to serve and protect. Hats off to the police. You people are doing great job. And we don't even just want to say, yes, for me, I don't like too early, praises. We want to see how sustained these services are going to be. The last time, Cooper, how you doing?
I'm okay.
I will come out to the speech. That speech today it's almost like a week or two discussion, right?
The speech was rich in the...
Very rich. I know she started nice. By that time, I was driving to town. It was, a little bit nice from the beginning. But at certain place, some people have to leave the chat room. But, well, it's going to be back again. And how you doing again, sir?
I'm okay.
You see, I feel so happy today. You know why? I see that young woman. I see her in me. Or I see myself inside her.
Sure.
Yes, I admire her so much. And if there is anything that we'll have to say, we'll say another time. You know me. The last time I was in I was in Grand Bazaar. I actually went to do a documentary, my audio documentary on education, and it coincided with the Senate retreat.
Yeah.
So I spy and I saw, cooperation, coordination, and I said, well, the protein did extremely well. Yes, she did well with bringing people together. It was well coordinated. The fun, the unity, and the coordination and every unity, especially to bring everybody from every side, especially the opposition. They were all in one place, and at the end of the day, it was very successful. And then that day, after that day, it was on a Monday, and I said, if anything comes out, we will have to talk about it. And we've been talking about how, what the outcome of the retreat and some other issues that keep
surrounded
out.
the entire retreat.
Thank you.
They should about the money being distributed.
All the one, and so, but I left space until 2, 3, 4 days after we started to get other information concerning the exorbitant expenditure at the grandpa. But that's not the issue for today. The issue here today is that I salute Dada Pele. Yes, a young woman who the people advise according to her.
She said in her speech,
yes.
The people advise you that I was stop talking and have sharp mouth.
But you say, well, that sharp mouth, yeah. Look, I admire you. We will break this speech apart. We will look at it. And I will leave some for my boss. He coming on money. You already know he coming. He coming, but we're going to leave. But today, we're going to have a very wonderful time today. Usually, we have the business show. But we're going to incorporate the business show in our Independence Day, panel discussion. We're going to have Lawrence Yelu from Accountability Lab. He's going to be one of our panel. Usually on Independence Day, we bring panel on.
Yes.
The year ago, 2 years ago, we did the same thing.
I can more last year as well.
Yes. And then Mengistu Wolokoli, who is former presidential aspirant, who did not become a candidate.
So the description is former president drop out.
That will tell you the red drop on the race. But anyway, he's preparing for 2029. But on a serious note, they're going to be here, whether online or if they can come fine. Usually in here, the last time we did it in here, the last time it's always good. We're going to look at portion of the oration today, delivered by Dada Pele, and we'll talk about our progress so far, whether we actually from the angle of the executive director of Accountability Lab, whether Liberia is actually prioritizing one of the principles of democracy, which is accountability. Because he is the executive director, a tough talking man. The last time was to one radio station. I invited a mayor on my youth program. I said, Chief, that was in 2019. He said, Ma, he said, sit down one play. When I come to your program, they will bring a show time. That's Lawrence, And then he told me, he said, go find radio station. I was like, what this guy is so, controversial like this. I really wanted have come on the show. But here we are. It's going to be back, my people. The program today, the 177th Independence Anniversary, was held at the Centennial Memorial Pavilion, Ashman Street, Monrovia. I don't know how I came here today. The speed, the way I was walking, coming.
Well, you were from the oration already, then you were drafting.
Yeah. Okay, so my people, how you doing again? So I'm coming back to this speech here. Yeah, I'm coming back to this speech here. This speech here, y'all will, for the next 1 week, 2 weeks, we'll have the time to talk about it, to split it, break it, make a lot of analysis, give you the opportunity to say something. Yeah, because you are following. Yeah, my people, how y'all doing, Liberian people?
Actually, I was not fortunate to listen to a part of the oration, but from what I'm seeing on Facebook, could you imagine people from the other side, though they only have one president now, they are saying for decades this is the best oration I've heard. Wow. I saw the post, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but then
so that means you are actually exceptional from what I'm seeing and from the speech also.
So if you ask me, I'll say yes, exceptional. Okay, so let's go back to our speech again. The speech here, the orator emphasized your who start saying you will be president for 2029. Your work, nobody will be running behind ballot box. You don't give me talking here. 2029, it's not far. Like the way I saw 2017, I thought 2017 from 2017 to 2022, I thought it was an endless journey. But Kuba, I was so surprised. That's why you saw during the elections, people were calling me Iron Lady.
Yeah.
Because I really thought it was never going to come to an end. On a serious note, it looked so far to me. It's not that I was rushing for it to come to an end. No. As long as the people of Liberia speak, they have all of the power. They are the employers. Yeah. As long as they speak, we respect that. So it's not that I was rushing for it to end or no. I didn't care. I was just doing my little job. But it was 2017 or 2023, it was just like, people consider it to be so long.
Sure.
It's the same thing right now. People taking 2024 to 2029 as so long.
Yeah. And Sis Magdalene, let me say this. I think this is one of the things that contributed to CDC defeat in 2023. When they gained power in 2018, their focus was more on their second term than their first term.
Thank you. I mean, you just put it right. You see, this president is full of wisdom. I don't, like to just be reading president. I'm not used to that. I like reading to my president. Oh, the president, my leader. My leader, yeah. No. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not used to that. I sometimes, I'm ready. I know when I enter politics and how to do it. I used to all the things there.
No, people will praise you.
Yeah, I'm not talking about myself, but to just be reading praises. Like I will do a Facebook post and I will tag someone. I want to advise that person. He keeps praising his leader on Facebook. That's my good friend. And the person he's praising, that's my very good friend too. I have no problem with you, but you doing it is just too much. I'm quiet because I'm quiet now you start crying on me. You gotta stop. Do not allow your leader to be complacent. When you start reading to my praises, the person feel complacent and say, but if you're listening right now, I'm talking to you. Every morning you have to say, my leader, the person doing what the person doing. I'm not saying do not talk about the developments, the initiatives that the person is carrying on. But you can't be over flattering, and really too many praises. I really see that to be sycophantic.
Sycophantic, yes.
I really don't have space for the the person that doing it, that good friend. The person he praising, that very good friend. So look, I'm begging you. Y'all work with your bosses. The last time we had this issue from the NPA. This Papa Kim, one of the employees came that at that time we hosted him. He had issue with the past administration, with the past not administration, but yeah. Oh my God! There's so much distraction. With the person who was there, that was
NPA.
Yes, the Bill Twary was there,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
When he was removed, and then they brought in another lady. If my memory can set me right.
Yes.
But then he actually had issue with the person who was the MD at the time. with the person who was there at the time as his boss. They had too many issues that I would not want to come and explain, everything here right now. Yeah, so my parents are stuck on me. When the lady came, then he started calling the woman. He came here on the radio station here. I won't call her name. He started calling the woman. He started saying princess. Oh, the woman is my princess. I told him, I said, that's a professional setting. Don't go over and be calling the woman princess. Call her by her name. Call the MD by her name. Yes. Sorry for the noise. I mean, the people having some conversation in the hall with it. Call the woman by her name. Be professional. Do your work. Go home. At the end of the day, after some time again, he came right back here and said the person had problem. And I reminded him, I said, I got audio here of you reading too many praises. What waste of life? Okay, I mean, stop reading too many praises. All you have to do is to work. But praises can't help. Facebook, you know how many followers some people get they lost elections? On Facebook, people are winning election on Facebook. That doesn't work. That's why the orator is saying, do your work. Those of you who want to contest 2029, whether for any position, this is not the time, according to, but it is the time that you do your work. You do your underground work. And let me go back to the oration. She said, for example, a recent study found that the cost of politics is too high in Liberia. So high that wealthy and politically connected men tend to dominate the electoral arena. This means that people who should be in elected office, like women and poor people with integrity, rarely have the resources to run successful campaigns. And that one is actually true. On a serious note, I was opportune to benefit from the International Women's Media Foundation and National Democratic Institute a fellowship program. We were supported to do, documentary. Yes, the fellows of that, program were supported. We were given grant. So I talked with a lot of, politicians. Actually, the documentary was about women in politics and media. I talked with lawmakers who are now in position. I talked with people who contested and couldn't win. And we also did survey. We talked with a lot of people, even men. They will tell you the women do not have money to contest. And even people who have, integrity, who can who a community, a district can look up to and say, yeah, this person stands for something. They do not have the money to run campaign. Yes, they do not have money to run campaign. In a re-emerging Liberia, she said, campaign finance will be regulated to curb the misuse of state resources and to police clandestine private donations to members of our national legislature. Some of you are already campaigning. My people, Cynthia said, yes. She said, those of you are already campaigning. But I urge you to stop joking for power and grandstanding on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Do the work of the Liberian people now. So if you want to get result, all you have to do the people's work. The people are the employers. They employ you. They will employ you if they feel comfortable with you. I always said, Liberian men, when you see the first thing, when you asking how are you, or on the phone or wherever conversation, even that person is in the hospital on the bed, they will say, I'm fine. Oh. Then before they start telling you, say, oh, I'm sick. Meaning, in my own interpretation, Liberians are a resilient group of people, courageous. But do not take our loyalty for granted. And then we'll teach you a lesson of your life. Meaning, we go back to the ballot box and tell you, say, no, we don't want you. We're seeing it around here. It's an open secret. We're seeing it around here. We don't want at the end of the day say, oh, the people cheat me or the people not like me. Or you be running behind ballot box from one place to another. Yes, from one place to another. My people, happy Independence Day. In this new Liberia, in court, as the president always said, on Saturday, this on Saturday, he said it, new Liberia. And today, again, I also listened to his speech. He also mentioned new Liberia. We have to transform our minds, the way we think. Leaders of today, leaders of now, you have to do more. You have to work. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Some of you were just elected a few months ago, but you've forgotten, oh. You've forgotten the people who elected you. We only hearing from one meeting to another, from one meeting to another, from one meeting to another. It doesn't, I'm not against meeting. I'm not against you attending meetings, going for meetings. We want an outcome. We want work to be done. Yes, we want work to be done. We don't want work to be done on Facebook. We should stop running our offices on Facebook. We should do underground work if we want to be re-elected. We should listen to the people. Don't take the people for granted. You got to listen to them. You got to advocate for them. That's why they elected you. That's why they elected you. And in this speech, she mentioned having town hall meetings with various groups or sectors of the society. We had a youth conversation yesterday. Over the weekend, the people were at the ministerial complex with the young people. I watched a video, but I said, but the hall is empty, meaning how did they do this election? Anyway, that's the first, let's say the first meeting with the president, me term it that way, and we know they're going to improve. But we want people, youth leaders from everywhere to come, from the 15 counties. Youth leaders to come, whether position, whether the opposition, if they are youth leader and they are influential, bring them on board, let them meet the president. It is more dignifying to live where you are, come in town, the youth exposed ministry, farm guest house for them, they lodge there, prepare in the morning bus, pick them up from where they are, and take them to the hall. They are representing hundreds of young people. It becomes more dignifying because in the president's speech at the ministerial complex on the weekend, he said, we're going to provide dignified jobs for you people. And today again, he mentioned the issue of providing quality education. Providing quality education, health care as well. But most importantly, education, which is the bedrock for every society. When we have a nation that at least we have 75% of the young people are empowered, are educated. To a certain extent, our problems, most of our problems will be solved. Most of our problems will be solved. So, well, this is how we want to begin the show, the Friday show. Today is a very super Friday. Today is not just an ordinary Friday. It's a day to celebrate. Today is not your birthday. Stop asking people. If today your birthday, and then we'll find a gift. But today not your birthday, forget about it. You know, you forget about the birthday. Yeah? You forget about the 26th. Not your birthday. Not your birthday. You're taking somebody taking it too personal now. Yeah, somebody taking it too personal. So it's good to be back. Cooper, let me hear from you. What's your, how do you see the day? How was the oration? Has the so this program is sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia.
Yes.
So we are so proud to be associated with these great companies. Yes, like EcoBank. Why are you waiting for the open salary account with EcoBank? Where your employees can take a loan, salary, like salary advance, for example. You take loan and 3% interest.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Only 3, not only 5% or 3% interest.
And for them, when you are doing business with them, I have observed that they work to you. In terms of companies, if you are opening your bank account for salaries, like your employees and so forth, yes.
The same thing with Orange. You see? So they have all of the agents that come around to do these things for you.
So can I talk about the oration small?
Yeah, please do. We're about to take Orange and EcoBank.
Like I said, firstly, the oration by Dr. Pele today was exceptional. Pele?
Yeah.
Oh, Pele, right?
Yeah, Pele.
Okay. So it was actually exceptional. She spoke the minds of the young people. Because often we say the future belongs to the young people. If and only if the future should be for the young people, the young people should be the nation's priority. Those who are empowered should prioritize the young people. So she was exceptional. And this day, since 1847, is a day that we ourselves need to reflect on where we came from as being free slave, because Liberia was founded in 1822 by the ACS for the purpose of repatriating free slaves from America. Like when I produced a report this morning for the news, I stated that it was founded for the purpose of repatriating Africans who were in America. I should not just say African, but blacks. Africa at large, the meaning of it is land of the black. Africa. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this day, I think one of the things most of us endeavor into just drinking. What we need to focus on more, reflect on where we came from as a nation, from down there, from suffering from oppression, one may say discrimination and depression, and where we are now, where we are experiencing peace, stability, and one may say growth as well. So we need to reflect on all of that, and desist from using this day as medium of just merrymaking. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you put it right. Thank you so much. Let's make some money.
Tell me what happened to you? So today, I worry. I need to pay Magdalene's school fee first thing tomorrow morning. And today is Sunday. I finish. I get one cent.
Well, there's no problem there at all. Yeah. It's possible you still pay it tomorrow.
No, that thing, but you're not level.
I did it set up in there.
You can't help me.
I did it set up in there. I can bring Mr. Odokoli.
Yeah, I can help you.
Yeah.
Have you heard about EcoBank money emergency?
Just leave me alone. I'm telling you, I need to pay my money tomorrow morning first thing. And then they'll open way down the clock.
I can't help me.
Or you have you going to the bank. Or you have to wait to request for 50% of your salary. You will pay EcoBank within 30 days. And the interest are only 3%. The money will be sent to your account in a minute. And you can use your ATM card to withdraw it from any EcoBank ATM.
Dalame, you mean I'll get it the same day?
Oh yes, instantly. I mean in a minute. But to you, EcoBank that baby.
I think so.
Oh, I beg you, yeah. EcoBank can make things happen sharp. For any money emergency, just dial *326# to help yourself out.
EcoBank, the Pan African Bank.
My people, your hello. That your Orange Money here, Amanda. I bring your good news from Orange Money. With your Orange Money account, you pay your DSTV bill at any time from any. From anywhere with no extra service charge. With Orange Money, the thing are free. All you need to do is dial *144 *163#, or better still, use the Orange Money app to make the thing easy, because I know you not want to miss on that exciting TV show and that interesting property. What do we nah.
Orange Money.
Well, I said, chi, my son Teddy right here. You not pay your EDC bill? Yeah, mama, like, I never buy my car. You sure? How you buy it? Because send the money and see you moving for yourself. Why I have to move from my house before I buy car? I use Orange Money right on my phone to pay my EDC bill. Oh, so you can use Orange Money now to pay your EDC bill? I will not leave your transfer until you show me the code right here. My Oma, the Tina, if you see a USD account, just dial *144 *141#. Or when you using your RRD account, dial *144 *231#. Or better still, you can use the Orange Money app and pay your LEC bill right on your Cellular bank. And the good thing is, with Orange Money, you can buy LEC token with no service charge. I said, my son Teddy, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to tell all my friends in the market that we can use Orange Money to pay our LEC bill. Thank you so much. Well. I just said that you get it. I say a small thing here. Orange Money. Experience our quality financial services. Sending money from Orange Money to Orange Money that are free, including all the transactions you do on Orange Money. They're not taking 1 cent from them. Now, when you go with your money, they will take 1%. I tell you, I say, Orange Money, so much enjoy it.
Orange Money.
Sending money from person to person that's free. Orange Money make it for free. Orange Money that's free. Orange Money make it for free. Person to person, fee to fee. Orange Money says free of charge. You don't send money to your friends, family, Orange Money, there's no fees attached. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying, kila wengi kepa, was tiki, I'm Orange Money chat. Yeah, I'm wengi kepa, was tiki, I'm Orange Money chat.
Okay, so why is it Liberia?
You send money to your friend.
Hey, Mr. Go. We're first smack up. Mr. Go, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy birthday, my friend. My friend.
All we have to do is join hands and sing this song. We are free, we are free. We are free. Thanks so
much for following.
Independence Day, jump and shout to school Facebook. To be a Liberian, and I don't care what anybody will say. I go jump and sing and shout to it. Today is our Independence Day. Liberia, we are free. Liberia, Liberia. People, today is your day. It's time to party. Time to shake that stress out. Forget about the past. It's dead and gone. Now sing with me. Let's go. Say what? Yeah. Screw, use it. Screw, when I say screw, use that. Screw, Liberia, Monrovia, that's what I'm talking about. Liberia, it's your day. Jump up, put on some, put on some. Put it one side. Put it one side. Now what you want? Shake your body, shake your body. Now shake your body, shake your body. Bend down, my baby, bend down. Bend down, my baby, bend down. This is free when the face I do Liberia. We are free Liberia.
Okay, so we are here having a very wonderful time. So at 4, we will take our panelists. We already have one in studio, but we'll let me hear from you. You know the original will thin us down. We're going to take a week or two. Yes, because every other time we'll look at a portion of it and make analysis. Yes, do comparative analysis with previous oration, looking at every aspect, every line of the speech that was read today by the orator. Yes, but let's hear from you today. What's your impression? What's your impression? Yeah. Your impression is impressive. my impression is impressive, but about the speech today. So what's your impression? Yeah, what's your impression? On a serious note, what's your impression?
One impression won't be impressive.
The former president is just a star. I mean, everything he does, it goes viral. Well, I think I like that. All right. So, what's your impression about the speech today? The orator? Yes. Maybe a part that that you've taken, and well, you're going to remind leaders. You're going to remind yourself. You are going to remind not only national but local leaders as well. You are going to take into consideration other those pieces of advice and work on it. Messages to our development partners, to the president, to everyone. Everybody got a piece. Yeah, everybody got a piece of it. So the number to call is 0777253819. 0777253819. Yeah, please said Lawrence Zelu that we are waiting for him. Yes, we said he promised to be here today. We can also take him online if you are stuck up somewhere. Yes, but you promised to be here. But we're going to have a wonderful time today, rest assured. So 0777253819. My people, my 26 on you. You start asking me for 26. My 26 is on you. Mm-hmm.
Today is for Independence Day. Liberia. We are free.
No more war. 0777253819. Is that the other number that you want to announce?
Yes.
Yeah, please do.
So 777-8561-76.
Okay, so let's take our first caller. Hello. Hello.
Yes, so there's Lawrence Zelu. I'm on my way. I'll be with you guys in a few minutes.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. We are with you.
I was doing a fatherly duty, and you need to understand that when we are fathers, we are fathers. Yeah, so I'm on a speed drive, but taking time because also we got kids on the road.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be in a jiffy, maybe in 2-3 minutes max. I'll be there.
Okay, all right.
We have a rolling stone that our political class are adamant, and until they can choose to become sensitive to the plight of the people, and when they are reading things like audit report, they will be serious about it. The audit committee will not be somebody want a president, so they're trying to spin to win.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be there with you in maybe 2 minutes max.
All right. So yes, rest assured to our audience, we're gonna have a wonderful time together, and we're gonna have a civil conversation with two professional people. One spent over 16 years in the United States, a retired soldier. Yeah. Hello. And he came down and said, I want to be president. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, Chief, how you doing? Happy 20 years though.
So, I am praying to get God for Magdalene.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to extend my thanks and appreciation to the workforce of RCI and Independent Day to all of you.
Okay. Did you listen to the speech?
Yeah, from the start to the end, actually.
But what did you grasp from there?
Well, I was very impressed, and what I got from there is that more especially the stress on the legislators when it comes to the civil service.
The increase?
There's no, there's no content developed without the minimum skills that of the minimum skills that the threshold that is set. Actually, to be made so that it's at the 200 level, so that the everybody can also encourage us to monitor the peace, to maintain the peace.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it was very fine.
Okay, so dignity in labor. Yeah, dignity in labor. People should be respected, they should be paid. Yes, when they work. Yeah, I mean, yeah. 777-25-38-19. Well, my name is Sis Magdalene Finessa. No, let me tell you something. The last time I went around, the police actually doing well. Yeah, on a serious note, but I don't want president too much. Yeah, it can always be my little fear. But let me take the call. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good, sir.
Good. This is Mr. Johnson. I called from Surville.
Yes, sir. Oh, you got coroner? You got electricity? Oh?
Just money finish.
No. Yeah.
We need to call me that Joseph back.
777-25-38-19. Bravo, people. You're not happy? You're getting electricity now? Eh? Chris Sally, how you doing? Happy Independence Day. My own bossy. Yeah. My partner in crime. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Sis Magdalene. Good afternoon to, I think, Cooper, right?
Yeah, Cooper Sangar.
Oh, okay, Cooper Sangar. Happy Independence Day to you all and the Proven family.
Yes, sir.
My friend Chris Lazen. This is Ishmael Willie from Kera.
Okay.
I listened to the program from start with me. Even you guys are laughing when she started, she said, Mr. President, people advise you so I can come. But you insisted I should be here, so I'm here to say the truth. I guess and yes, and that was great. I think she spoke through the power. She touched every fabric of our nation. As you said, one of the best speeches I ever listened to was that at the time you guys do it last time.
Oh, that crazy, yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
Okay.
When you want to fight, that fire will go no more, but that fire will have a lot of fights in it. And from there, then they need Madame Bowie, but this one, I think it was maybe one of the best, if not the best. I listened to, I think.
the beginning of actual freedom. She talks about the different courts, the war crime courts, the war and economic crime courts, and she laid it out real good.
Okay.
You can see that, or you can look at Liberia and say, this is my country, and this is exactly what we need. Thank you for taking my call. God bless you. Happy holiday again.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We'll take the managers one. Yeah. So that is it. Yes. One more. Take one more.
Yes.
Just one more. And then we'll call it a day. Just one. That person who was calling. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
this is State of the Nation. This is State of the Nation. Yeah.
Okay. I have a call.
Yeah, just one. One more.
Okay. Hello, your name and where are you joining us from?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your name, sir? Okay.
Okay, Chief. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right, Chief. Thanks for placing your call. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, what are we on?
Okay. So, my people, guess what? We have two tough talking individuals in the studio this afternoon. I can remember a year or two ago, stand to be corrected. They were here.
Yes.
Yes, they were here, and we had a wonderful.
I think it was last year.
Yeah. No, I think it was 2022. Yes. Yeah, and we had a really wonderful time, tough talking. Lawrence Zidu, executive director of Accountability Lab, and the former presidential aspirant who I think he's preparing for 2029. The woman say must start putting it on Facebook. Let me put it in simple term. The woman say must start putting it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Telling us say you must run, you must do your work. So it's good to have you guys on. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and yourself, Mr. Euler? Good to see you again.
I'm doing good. Magdalene, I know it was 2022 when we're here, and I think Mr. Wolokoli should go for 2029.
You think?
I will state later why, and I will state why young people should lead this country. But more so, I think we need to have people who will drift away from our normal political actors and their lack of sensitivity to the plight of the Liberian people. It doesn't mean that maybe because he and I are sitting close to each other, I wouldn't vehemently disagree when he does that. But the culture that we've built in the country is that to paint this country since 2005. Since 2005, we painted this country blue and green. And because we've painted the country blue and green, sometimes we think that labeling becomes a good thing, so that we put people in power to be ministers, assistant ministers, especially most of the assistant ministers are people who got degrees without experiences, and some of them are just shouting out say without any knowledge to deliver. And that is sad. And yeah, let's get in the conversation. But I think today marks 177 years of disappointment in our political class. 177 years of
177 years of disappointment.
177 years of actual disappointment in our political class. And I pick my words very carefully. I say in our political class. Our political class are dismally dispense governance in this country. And all they use is, some of them are bought radio stations, some of them have established radio stations and use it as a propaganda tool, rather than making sure that our Liberian people get the benefit of healthcare, good education that has critical thinking within it and not memorization. And they've also given us a space where we can just scream and say, at least we are doing this, at least we are doing that. I'm highly disappointed in the political class. I hold no apology for today's conversation and moving forward. Every time you hear me say rethink, rebrand Liberia, it's because our political class is sick. Our political class does not understand what it means to deliver to the Liberian people. Clinching to your political ideology that does not translate into service delivery to the Liberian people is sickening. It has to be done away with. And I'm in the studio today to be as tough as I've ever been. But more so, I think our youngest political leaders should drift away from the ideology of this weak-minded, poor thinking, slow development pace, snail pace development political class. And I owe them no apology. But it's good to be here, and I'm very excited. This is State of the Nation, and I hope that the state of the nation becomes the state of the mind of the people.
Yeah.
And I think changing the mind of the people will change not only their attitude, but change the state of the functioning of our governance structure. Because some ministries need to be dissolved, some ministry needs to be disintegrated and
Ministry of Foreign Information, Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Yeah, so some of them need to be
all right,
disintegrated and reassembled.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to disagree to agree. At some point, I know two of you are going to go, long. Yeah, but listen to this one. No, I'm sorry. Let me get this one. Yeah. Okay, so I try to take you back, a little bit. The same people.
They represent them. Mama Preach is calling for the record, US to record Daddy Rodriguez. When? He just told me the first one. No, I said him. For them to record Daddy Rodriguez. It's calling the US to record Daddy Rodriguez. Recall. So take one from the head. She is calling for that. Mama Preach. Yeah. The representative of the country. Official page? She just the question.
2 years later, it's still the same thing we're talking.
Those offices have more money than the money that goes towards healthcare for the people. Look, you look at the budget, and the moment you review our national budget, you just get so mad at why politicians are this cruel. You cannot take 83% of our national budget as it's functional, and you tell the people that it's only to do and use salaries and stuff. Then you think 17% will build the country. It's not going to happen. So the concept of NGO is still in this country, to which some of us, we are executive director of NGOs, which I can always tell Liberians when I talk, we have to reach a place where business entrepreneurship, it just diverges, and I'm coming back. We need to be pushed to the country to get away from the NGO dependency mindset. So we have human resources that have the capacity that were not Liberians. Even those who declared independence were not Liberians. They were still holding on to their Americanness. Then now we have a constitution that says, okay, these same people develop something that says, if you're white, if you are not of Negro descent, then you should not be Liberians. See today, the president gave a proclamation yesterday declaring today a national holiday that shops will be closed. Remember when I said from the beginning, I said sovereignty is respect for the rule of law. So the president declares, but there are shops, supermarkets operated by foreigners were open today. The police act on it. There were government officials going into those places and buying, were they respecting the rule of law? So we have politicians that pass on decrees, they themselves don't respect what they pass.
My people, 2 years ago, right in here, and we have these recordings on you. So I want to salute the both of you. Thanks so kindly again for honoring our invitation. I mean, you always speak with no regret, because I mean, Liberia is all that we have, and we need to ensure that we make her better, irrespective of who is involved. Who is not doing the right thing, we have to speak with, continue to speak and speak for change, rethink, rebrand, and like Lawrence was saying. But this is what coming from the lawmaker of Boone County, I think district number 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mema Briggs Mensa, honorable, or the lawmaker, she said, it was a disrespect to Liberia for the U.S. Chargé Affairs to Liberia to walk out of the ceremony today. I call on the U.S. government to recall Madam Rodriguez. Such was an affront to the country or the people of Liberia. So let's begin with that. I mean, she walked out of the ceremony today, and before I even came in here, there was posted 4 minutes ago by Yanti Tokpa, one of our colleagues, media colleagues at OKFM. And we were having a discussion, and I told him that I saw her walking out, and we're like we're having a like chat, we were having fun, like laughing and say, oh, the US walk out of the chat room. Some other media colleagues in that, but really we thought it was a coincidence. Maybe while she was walking out was the very time that the speech was being read, pointing fingers at the US government or the USA. So now seeing what was posted on Facebook, and posted by our colleague and coming from a lawmaker of Liberia, a representative of Boone County. So I want to begin this conversation.
On that point.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your question? Ask the question you want to ask.
Because you were even attacking me before I was asking whether you are here as a Liberian or as a US citizen. Yeah, because even before I saw this,
okay.
I'm just saying this, but I'm asking you.
I'll answer your question.
Yeah. No, you're not here to ask me.
I will answer your question, and I'm still going to ask. I will go to you like this. I asked this question. I think the first interview I did on True FM with you and Chris a while back. I said you take an elephant from Africa, from Liberia, and you send an elephant to the US. What is that elephant called? After 20 years, 30 years, what is that elephant called?
Okay, so
no, just answer that question for me before. Where's the elephant called?
You
that's a question for me.
you
indulge me.
No, you can go about telling me what the elephant will become.
You're acting like the boss because he didn't want to answer the question the same way. Okay,
Tell me.
Okay, that elephant is still an African elephant. So let's go to. I know people want to be sentimental with what the Charge Affairs did. Somebody walking out of a speech from a country, walking out. That's a sign of protest. That's a sign of protest. If somebody sitting in a speech and they feel that they are being insulted, they are being attacked for no reason, why should the person sit there and sit there just because they feel like you are not respecting me, so why would I respect you? I'm going to walk out. Where the representative is.
So let me. Okay. Yeah.
What the representative is saying, should she feel disrespected? How you think that the Shaji affair? How does she feel? How does she feel her country feels?
So if everyone, I mean, everybody got a bit and piece or pieces from the speech, the legislature, the president, so everybody should have walked out of but let me hear from Mr. Yellow.
No. You can go this because you wanted to put it. You say, are you speaking as an American or are you speaking as Liberia?
Okay, so tell me who.
I'm speaking that it's about speaking facts. It's about taking emotions out of things and looking at the reality. In Liberia or in Africa, we follow. We like to blame the white man. We want to blame the white man for what we're doing. We do not see white man as president in Liberia. We have not seen a white man as president in the Republic of Liberia since 1847. We have not seen a white man president of Ivory Coast. We have not seen a white man president of so and so place. We have not seen it wasn't a white man that killed President William R. Tolbert. It was not a white man that killed President Samuel Kanyon Doe. It was not a white man that did kill President Thomas Sankara. It was not a white man that drove out Ghanaian President Kwame Nkrumah. It was us Africans, us black people that did that. We need to stop blaming the white man for what we did, what we are doing. It's not a white man. It's not a white man sitting in the House of Representatives that people are crying because they want $45,000 car.
But the black man is being used by the white man.
Guess what? We as black people, we as African, we as Liberian, we need to stand up. If you say you're being used, it's you being used. So wake up, be smart. Think about what you're saying. Put your people first. Put your country first. You say you are Liberian, you are African, you are Pan-Africanist. Put your people first. The white man is going to do what the white man is going to do. The white America is going to do what's in America's best interest. When are Liberians and when are Africans going to do what's in Africa and Liberian best interest? So when you sit there and talk about the person walking out, you've been sentimental. That lawmaker, you should be ashamed for even coming and saying and talking about that. Who cares she walks out? It's Liberia independence. If the Liberia didn't even want to invite the Americans, no need to invite the Americans. If you want to invite the British, no need to invite them. Speak to the Liberian. What the orator said, I'm not against what she said. But guess what? The mistake that what she's done, we always want to put the hands at somebody else, but we never want to take responsibility. They say when you pointing your hands at somebody, pointing out one finger, you got 3 or 4 and then pointing right back at you.
Okay. So let me hold you right there and ask you again. Are you here as a Liberian or an American?
I'm a Liberian born. My name is Eddie Wolcott. I'm the son of Dustin Lawrence Wolcott and Etta Meechin John on the Buizon. So
all right. So let me hear from Mr. Yelu.
So I'm going to approach this from 2 angles.
Yeah, please do.
One is from a diplomatic angle because every sending state has the ability to dictate what their ambassador or chargé d'affaires will do. And the chargé d'affaires or the ambassador is the actor of the protocols of the sending state in ways that the actor becomes the voice of the sending state. And in this case, in Liberia, every embassy that is in Liberia or consulate in Liberia is called the sending state. and we are the host state. And from that angle, the U.S. as our putting that in inverted comma, as our old standing partner, the U.S. sending as a standing state the charge d'affaires in Catherine Rodriguez. She will play to the drum and details of the sending state and not of the Republic of Liberia, that is the host state. On that note, the action of the sending state's actor will be defined by the agenda by which that sending state has set up for engagement as a rule of engagement. So if this actor walks out during a particular delivery, is it offensive? You have to take time to read the context of the way in which that actor walks out. I think it was too fast for our Liberian lawmaker to call for a recall of the actor of the sending state. Why? One, I think when you see an action, you should be intelligent enough to juxtapose diverse contexts and factors that might cause that action to might be taken. Is it not just about the speech? Was the condition in the room favorable for the actor in the sending state? Mind you, diplomats have ways of dodging issues because she hasn't spoken. She only walked out. Was the walking out in protest? Which I don't want to agree with Mr. Wolokoli, that is a protest because you don't. No, I'm saying it could. Yeah, I agree. That's why I say I don't want us to use the word protest simply because you don't know none of us know the context of why she walked out. So all we can say is to speculate. It is dangerous when you speculate without data. It is dangerous when you speculate without understanding why that thing even happened. So for an actor as the US, the biggest long-standing diplomatic partner of Liberia in terms of the way Liberians gravitate to the US, in terms of the way we were funded as a state that today we are celebrating 177 years of poor governance, 177 years of being alive but being exploited by politicians. Then we have a politician that makes a statement calling for a recall of a contest that she doesn't understand. So you see, the second aspect I want to talk about is the aspect of what we call the confines of the details of independence. From your independence, you choose the right, you have the right to determine the state if you are truly independent in terms of political independence, in terms of economic independence, in terms of social, cultural independence, and other factors. But if I will look at the three that are stated, is politically Liberia independent? No. Do we have an independence that is a milk ideology of what the West have determined for us to be? Yes. We got anthem, we got a flag that doesn't even resemble what the Liberian people in their majority dictated, but the minority that came here calling it the love of liberty brought us here, have dictated us to have a red, white, and blue 11 scribes and a blue field with a star. This is what they've dictated us to look like.
Okay.
Come in. Let me just close quickly. Because if somebody walked out on you in your house, and if you know you are politically independent, if you know it's not a caricature of independence, that is a Mickey Mouse independence in the tune of Lucky Dube, which I agree with, that many African countries are not independent, but they are Mickey Mouse independent because they've been controlled. Who control most of our budget? Who support most of our budget lines? Foreigners, foreign countries, diplomatic partners. Are we independent?
So
are coming. Be patient.
So I want us to put the walking out I want us to put it working out in court. Yes, because she hasn't spoken to say maybe she was disenchanted. Okay.
If we will not, as a state, understand who we are, we will be blaming other people for things that our politicians to do for us, and they are swinging the pendulum to other people and making it appear that those people are the wrong people and they are the right people. I would have been happy if you have brought Mema Briggs Mensa into this room to have this conversation with her. Why? This conversation will be a very tough conversation if she sat across the table and we are asking her why did she even make this statement.
Somebody please send me her number so I can call her. She can even join us online. But let me read let me read part of this. That's why
we need to go on Facebook. Facebook does not determine our governance structure.
No, there's a press conference, not of, but it was covered by one of the media institutions. Okay, so let me read few lines. Let me read few from the speech that captured the USA. Yeah. So I don't want to say, you know, she walked out. I want her to put it in code because
I still don't think that she walks out. I still think it's contextual.
Maybe
argument, right?
No, because what we're gonna say here is gonna be recorded. So I just want to be very careful, you know, of my choice of word. Words. I don't want to say she walked out. I want to put it in code because she has not spoken to say, oh, I was disenchanted.
The diplomat will not speak. The diplomat will put things in context. And I'm telling you, when somebody walks out, you cannot, without a statement after, you cannot, as a whole state, start to make inferences.
So it's too early for the Bon County lawmaker.
She's running on emotions.
Okay.
She went with they say instead of being a respectable, responsible, competent lawmaker and hold her fire.
I wouldn't want to call her.
No, I am going to do it. No, I know you don't have to. I would do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
No, right? but you know, I won't sit here also for you to be referring to a person who is
irresponsible for lawmaker.
I don't want to say
no, you don't listen. You're not saying it. I'm against the wall of color. You're saying it. If she have a problem with me, that's where she can find me. I would say what I want to say.
But that's her own way of reacting to the action of the Shashi affairs.
It's irresponsible.
No, I said she acted.
No.
Listen,
it's a definition.
Do not define my words.
I'm not defending your words. I'm just saying.
Let me say what I want to say.
Yeah, but
let me say what I want.
The word irresponsible is too harsh to be used.
Yes, that's you. That's fine. That's fine. That's your opinion.
Okay.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe it was irresponsible of her to make a statement. Now waiting to hear a statement from the embassy, where she failed to realize that when you talk about diplomacy, there's a talking point that everybody we have in Liberia, in a political setting, in the government. There's no talking point. Everybody just shoot off the mouth. She shot off the mouth.
Who did?
The representative by saying what she said. She should have hold her fire.
So do you? I want you to understand that people have opinions. I want you to understand people have opinions, and you have to respect that.
I respect her opinion, but that's the thing.
No, you don't.
I do respect her opinion. No, I don't agree with it.
If you say somebody is irresponsible, it's a disagreement.
It was as a government official.
You don't respect the fact.
No, I respect as a government official, as a legislator. You are not supposed to do that. That's the problem. I say, like, no, we have in our country. Our representatives, our senators, don't know what their jobs are. They sit around and talk about legislation, the so-called three cardinal rules of the so-called legislation.
No.
All right. So let me hold you right there, Mr. Yellow. Let me hold you. Let me.
Allow me to just say something.
Yeah, please say something.
I think the lawmaker acted fast rather than irresponsible.
Okay.
There's a difference between being irresponsible and acting fast. When you act fast, maybe you don't understand the context. Maybe you were looking at the time in which a particular statement is altered against the total context. So contexts are not only about statements, they are about the environment, they are about other things. Maybe she received a call, maybe she got a text, maybe something happened. So I wouldn't just jump to call my lawmaker irresponsible. Why? Because it is the right of a sitting government official to interpret. I think the fast pace of the interpretation is what I would disagree with. But would I call her irresponsible? No, absolutely, I wouldn't call her irresponsible, simply because the statement might not be irresponsible. The statement might just be fast to be put out. So what we are grappling with is a diplomatic enclave of a sending state versus a sending state of a powerful country versus a smaller state. And in the enclave of the interpretation in diplomacy about a smaller state factor is that the smaller state is always will be looking for a means to be seen by the bigger state of doing something. If that doing something on your independence, if one of your own in a doctor that has written a book on anti-corruption and that is grooved with an anti-corruption ambience, then of course statements coming from that should not only be hastily interpreted by politicians, but it should be digested, it should be understood, it should be looked at from diverse angles before statements are uttered. That's where I might disagree with my lawmaker, but to call my lawmaker irresponsible, no, I wouldn't call her that. I would say that the statement was rushed. No. I'm not saying I would use your word. Okay. All I'm saying is that I wouldn't. Yeah. Because there's a diplomatic engagement rather than an internal engagement. The lawmaker might interpret it, and if you call her to have a say, she might state something. Okay.
So I want to go to the speech, a portion of the speech where USA was mentioned. Okay. All right. So according to Dr. Pele, I remain very concerned about the outsized influence of the United States in our transitional justice process. We must forge new strategic partnerships based on mutual benefit and disabuse ourselves of the notion that we have a special, and she put that in quote, we have a special relationship with America. Truth be told, this so-called, in quote, special relationship only exists in our imagination. Lest we forget the United States was one of the only last countries to recognize our independence. Lest we forget the United States has taken more from us than it has given. Lest we forget the United States will always serve in its own interests above all else. Once we accept this truth, we will appreciate that let me go back again. The United States will always serve its own interests. Once we accept these truths, we will appreciate that a reimagined Liberia can never be anyone's stepchild.
Okay, so I do not disagree with her comment. All right, I do not disagree with the orator.
So why then call the lawmaker irresponsible?
Because, like I said, if the way I call it real, is that when you're looking at a diplomatic, like I said earlier, right? Like I said when we first started, we as Black people, America is going to do what's in America's best interest.
But America is a conglomeration of
I'm saying America, Great Britain, Israel, Europe as a whole is going to do what's in their best interest.
So Liberia should also do.
Liberia, Africa must do what's in our best interest.
But that's not the base of the argument of the speech. And the reason I'm stressing the argument of the speech is that we should drive our own agenda.
If you drive your own agenda, no, Mr. Yola, if you drive your own agenda, let me say this: if you drive your own agenda, the fact that lady, the orator, the doctor said what she said, right? Our lawmakers right now. Our military is paid by the United States government.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
That's
data is not. Was it trained? What was certain portion of our military trained by the U.S. government? Yes.
Our military have always been trained. Our military have always been trained by the United States government.
But they're not paid by
our military, our U.S. government do pay our military salary.
No, it's not. What's the data?
We'll talk about that one later. Let's take one. Two.
What's the data?
That's not
the Liberian government.
I will come to you. Let me finish. Okay. Two. We as Liberians, we as African, right? We as Liberians, we as Africans.
Let's keep the conversation today to Liberia.
No, we can't keep. That's the problem. We can't keep it to Liberia and to just Liberia, because what is happening in Liberia is happening all across Africa.
So let's talk about. Let's talk about.
I'm going to
let's limit it to Liberia today, because today is our Independence Day.
Thank you, Marley.
What I'm saying,
Marley, you guys need to guide the conversation, because today is making us 170 years.
So
keep the argument.
On how what okay. So let me say I will not hesitate to cut anybody microphone off. But let's come back to the discussion.
Yes.
And talk about what have we achieved over the years. And at the beginning of this conversation, Mr. Yelu said 177 years of disappointment politically.
I agree.
Meaning he's disappointed in
political class.
Yes, the political class. People who are
whether they were called the two-wing party, whether they were called the anti-disestablishment party, whether they were called the Republican Party, the anti-Republican Party, whether they were called LPP has never led this country.
No, I said led. I said they have.
I'm listing. I agree with you, but I'm listing parties that have led this country at some point in time.
Okay,
and whether they were called the UP or the CDC.
Mr. Yellow, I do not want to agree with you that 177 years of disappointment. What do you mean by that?
That's his opinion.
So this is what I mean.
So if that's his opinion, then why can you accept Madam Brick's opinion concerning the U.S. government?
No.
All right, so let me come back to you, Mr.
Let me state clearly why is 177 years of disappointment. If you look at almost all of our lawmakers and all of our government officials don't take treatment in this country, in our healthcare. But this is what they refuse to dispense the best budgets for our healthcare. They go out into Ghana, they go out into Turkey, especially under the CDC. The CDC used Turkey as a safe haven. The UP used Ghana, they used the US, the two-wing party used the US. The NDPL used Soviet republics as areas that they were going for treatment. If we can have our political class now equipping the JFK, the Jackson F. Doe, the CB Domba in Banga, that is our premium maternity center in the country. There are simple things. Yeah, in Bon County. That's simple thing. CB Doma is in Bon County.
No, the
Phoebe Hospital.
I'm focusing on CB Domba because CB Domba is basically maternity health care. We got women dying from something in this time and age. We have a lot of things happening in this country in healthcare. If you come to security, our security act so primitive. They put roadblocks on the road. Where you have on Japanese freeway and the new roundabout that the government has constructed, where it is for persons living with disabilities to cross and physically challenge people to cross on a free space, that where car turn, but they take big cements and put it there. The police need to recall the way of policing. We are not in 1920 for them to be policing that. Governance in the policing sector, in the security sector is sick. It has to change. The next thing is the education system. We have a very poor, weak education system that has no critical thinking in it. You have people that have graduated in the 1960s. Look, Marley, I'm telling you for free, that most of our young people graduating with master's degree cannot even compete with people that graduated with first degree in the 1960s, 1970s, and 1980s. Only one of them can come down. You have a weak-minded population. You have more assistant ministers that wear coat suit. They got no thinking in them. And I challenge any of them to take me on to a national debate. And I'm ready for that debate. We have a country where you have the president that is slow. We had Joseph Boakai that is very, very slow in acting. We had a president before Joseph Boakai that was very weak in taking serious national discussion. Was president in the country for only 2 years in George Weah. We had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that condoned favoritism, nepotistic national governance. It was son Robert Sirleaf that she could not prosecute Robert Sirleaf, but she was prosecuting other people. This country has got very bad political class. The political class does not represent the interests of the Liberian people. The country refuses to make civic education a very paramount issue. Taxing, let's come to taxing. You're forcing us to pay different taxes. When most of the people, last government, we have LEC complaining. But when we say, oh, the speaker had one transformer by himself, they came to defend the speaker simply because they are scared for their job. We got people pretending to protect their jobs rather than protecting the country's interests. We got Lebanese. We got our businesses that should be done by Liberians being controlled by Lebanese Indians for corruption reason. Then you have the Fulanese that have entered into our space, and you have other people coming from other countries, aliens. You have the whole of Claratown being controlled like a garage. And you say that we control our economy, that we are independent, and I'm disappointed in the political class. I'm disappointed in their attitude. I'm disappointed in their level of state looting. I'm disappointed in their attitude of corruption. I'm disappointed in the way they govern the state. And the UP government presently is no different from the CDC. The difference is that most of them got degrees and they're doing the same thing that the CDC has done.
But don't you think it's too early, Mr. Wolokoni? I mean, this is the 7th month since the government took power, and you want to grade them 7 months, 7 months in power, in position, and then compare it to 6 years of the past government.
What are we talking about? We are talking about the Unity Party. No, I come in. Let me end my statement because she cut me off. We are talking about the Unity Party that has not led this country only for 6 months. The Unity Party led this country for 12 years.
Another leader.
Not honor. Metamorphosis of a vice president turned president does not mean the Unity Party has changed. Most of the people that are, for example, their former party chairman in Women P is now the minister of lands, let us say mines and energy. I can state many things to you that people that were deputy ministers and assistant ministers, they've just switched them around and brought a few new people. All I'm saying to you is that the political class in this country is disappointing. They are using propaganda, and I challenge them to a national debate. The president had a town hall meeting, didn't invite serious youth development organization into that meeting. The meeting was controlled by the UP-led youth engagement. They had the women town hall that didn't attract most of the serious women in this country that are causing development. Look, what we are discussing here is a national development. Me, if you want to have me in the studio, I'm trying to twist my head to see you. Invite these people, let them sit across the table. Let's have a serious national conversation so our people out there know that we things might look different in terms of different leaders. But the political class are just the same. We still have people still using tailing. We still have people still using serine when they're not supposed to be using serine and using tailing. The former Pache Sulu promised us they were going to take them from the street. Gregory Como has come, and all they are thinking about is resurrecting new cases, which is good. I agree. But what do we need to do? The police should be the friend of the citizen, not to be exploitational tools of the citizen.
Okay. Cooper, before you come in, you want to respond to that? I mean, he considered the entire 177 years of his 77 years of existence as disappointing politically.
Politically, you all know why I stand politically when it comes to when we're talking about. I'm harsh on the lawmakers because I think that our lawmakers are. I hate to put it like this. There are a lot of them in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, are incompetent. I know people would say it's a harsh word. I can look
what do you mean by incompetent? Because within the criteria,
what's the criteria?
I mean, to become a lawmaker, we do have a criteria. And
what's
if someone, criteria? I mean, to become a lawmaker,
the Constitution.
You don't need a degree.
Listen,
you don't need a degree to be a lawmaker.
So what makes someone what makes someone incompetent
in your word?
In my word, right? Okay, so. When you don't know, let's say, for example, when you go and apply for a job, you give your resume. Oops, sorry. Mm-hmm. You gave your resume. They said they will put the requirement for what the job is for you to be hired for the job. Mm-hmm. And then you go write your resume. If you qualify for the job, you apply for the job, and if you get the job, sometimes people lie on the resume. The thing is, our lawmakers and most of the lawmakers lie on the resume. The resume that they tell the Liberian people. The Liberian people allow them to lie to them.
But you're not bringing data yet.
Stop, man. I let you just speak.
There's no data.
No, I let you just speak.
You protected. You protected.
I'm telling you what I experienced, what I know I experienced when I ran around the country trying to run for president. I'm speaking on what I saw for myself. The fact that you have Liberian people sitting around say, oh, our lawmakers, then 3 cardinal rules, representation, oversight, and lawmaking, which is a blatant I'm going to be nice and say misinterpretation of what the job is. I'm going to be a little bit nice right now.
And why is it?
The job of the lawmaker is to pass laws. That's it. That's the job of the lawmaker. If you look at, when I say incompetent, you go and ask most of, let's take for example, the lawmaker we have from, I think, District 10, Representative Yeka Koluba. What makes Yeka Koluba should be the one passing laws in our country? What makes him someone who is fit to walk in the halls of the House of Representatives? He's an incompetent lawmaker. That Yeka Koluba, Representative Yeka Koluba, show a bill that he had sponsor that be in the best interest of his district or of the people of Liberia. Let's take for example, what other lawmaker you can take. You have Senator Darius DeLong. I'm waiting to see what some of the laws that he have sponsored or co-sponsored that improve the Liberian people's lives. Let's go back to like I said before. I know I supported President Joseph Boyka to be president. There was never a time I was going to support CDC. The only time I would have supported CDC and supported Joseph Boyka if the LPP party was going against CDC. That's the only time I would have supported the CDC party and campaign for the CDC party, because I believe the progressive are the problem, one of the main structural problems of this country because of the militant mindset that they have destroyed this country. So when we're talking about competent, or when I say they are incompetent because they don't know what the job is. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
But you said they tell the people, they tell the electorates.
They don't tell the people what they're going to do. They tell where they go out there and bribe people. They tell the people, I'm gonna go around sharing back or right. Let's take for example the senator for Maserati re-elected. He passed around bag of rice and stuff around in the.
So what do they need to do in order to be competent?
No, I'm saying the voters need to be competent. That's number one, because let somebody come and tell you what their plans are and how are they going to do it. And I will also say the media is some of the problem. I sit here and listen to the radio when a lawmaker say, "Oh, I'm going to build schools." the media sit there and say, oh, the lawmakers in middle school, but you don't ask them, how are you going to build the schools? What is it you're going to do to build a school? Is that your responsibility?
So you've been following all the interviews?
Marlon, bring me the conversation.
Yeah. So let me hear from Lawrence.
You see, to understand context matters. To understand that Liberia is a unique space, and the uniqueness of this space will give us, I like Mr. Wolokoli's argument, because the argument is breached by the lack of understanding in the Liberian culture and in the Liberian dispensation of the politics, to which I'm disappointed in. And I hear him.
Lack on who part? On my part?
Lack on your part.
Okay.
Because I think that you appreciate the conversation and you agree with me, but you agree in parts, and when you argue, I see that you agree in whole. I think what we are faced with.
I never said I disagree with you.
No, I know you didn't say that, but I want to elevate the argument to say that the political class, and I wish that you are a different politician, and I'm waiting to hear your argument to make you a different politician. He says some, and I want you to sustain the argument all through. But look, Marlon, the disappointment in our politics is the power vested in the president and the legislature. To pick the legislature and refuse to understand that the president appoints almost
4,000 or something.
4,000. That's what I'm coming to. To people that should be elected, because the presidency over time with bad practices want to control every county and every district and every chiefdom. And even in cities, they refuse to allocate money for those elections that by law should be happening.
Can you pause for a quick second? Let me interject something quick or something we said. During the election, I was the only candidate that stated that mayors and superintendents should be an elected position.
No, you were not the only candidate.
Who else?
So
hold on. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Right now, I have a petition on going on right now online for us to have a constitutional referendum that I'm trying to get people to sign for us to make sure that we have mayors and superintendents. I'm the only candidate during the election, and I'm the only person. Hold on, let me finish.
You don't need to do that.
I'm the only candidate, and I'm the only person in Liberia right now. I am calling for us to have a republic, a federal state, instead of the unitary state that we have right now.
Prince Johnson, as I disagree with Prince Johnson, was the first person in this country to call for a federal state.
I said candidate.
No, he was a candidate when he did.
I said president. I didn't run for senator.
No. When Prince Johnson was running to be president in this country, my brother.
Hold on. No. The Prince Johnson run for president.
Yes.
Listen.
No, not just going election.
Okay. I said election. No. Let's stick to what I'm saying. Stick to the facts. I said.
No, I'm not going to stick to it because.
No, it's a fact. It's not what I said when I was running. I was the only person when I was running. The only candidate, only presidential candidate that called for that. The only one that said that we should have a federal state. And I'm still saying it, and I'm still pushing towards that. Prince Johnson said it before.
The argument of federal state in the small space does not suffice.
That's your opinion.
That's my practical opinion because I work across this country and I move. Even tomorrow, I'll be going to Granjide.
Outstanding.
And I'm telling you that it will not work.
That's your opinion.
Federal state will not work in this country, and I'm vehemently saying it would not work.
Okay.
What we need to do is to first appreciate the fact that the politicians should start looting the state. The politicians should start stealing. The president that has most of the power should be sacking people, move to ministries and agencies and commissions in intervals. And try to sack people because the people are taking the money and siphoning the money into their personal property. And when other reports are being read to the Public Account Committee at the Senate, we should not have people like Amara Conan and trying to be Senate because he wants to be president, and they're trying to not have the tough conversation and put some of these people behind bar. Until we can have these tough conversations happening, we will not get this country to where it's supposed to be.
You are putting Band-Aid on the problem.
I'm not putting Band-Aid on problem.
I said Band-Aid. Band-Aid. That's what you are putting on.
I'm coming. All I'm driving here is that the country does not need to be a federal state.
That's your opinion.
To be a developed country.
I disagree.
We have a liberalization law, for example, that is under the liberalization law should be enacted and functional by the Ministry of Commerce and by the National Investment Commission. Those two lame duck institutions have refused to act to give Liberian the job that the businesses that should not be functional by any other entities or any other foreigner in this country. Chinese are taking black sand and putting them in containers and shipping it to China for cell phones. We have Chinese selling cold water and other things. We have shoe shine being done by Fulanese from Guinea. We have shops being operated, retails by our alien neighbors and other people. Until we can take these things, keke, being raiding by foreigners, why Liberian people, Texas should be raiding by Liberian. These are laws. This is not an issue of the lawmaker at that moment. It's the issue of the executive to enforce the law. The executive sits there and the policemen are collecting bribes on the street. The policemen stop car. The only thing they try to do is they take your license and move on the side and you give them money, they give you back your license. Ministry of Transport is only interested in keeping us in queues. Whether we pay our transport, our vehicle is registered, we got insurance on the vehicle. They keep you in the place and punish you for other people who are in non-compliance.
Okay, so
what we are discussing, let me end. What we are discussing is the fact that we have a country where the political class has dismantled over 177 years. They spend governance. Where we think that even our national budget, we have places in this country where tax collection is still being done by hands, and people choose to bring the money to the government that they choose to bring, and not the money that should be paid.
Agree.
So you have a system where you tax the people high. Let me tell you something. High taxes does not develop any country. It scares away people that are supposed to come to the country. We have a country, we don't even know the number of mineral resources on our soil. We depend on another corrupt colonized country in India to bring ArcelorMittal into our country and exploit us, because the Indian people are one of the most corrupt people you can ever find on the face of the soil. So and they are here, and instead of building places in Yekepa, they are using media and Liberian people, and they're talking about they give 400 jobs to Liberian. Let them shut up and go back to India.
Okay. All right, so let me. Yeah, you want to ask?
Yes.
Yep. Go on.
So to the both of you shortly, because I believe we are moving towards the climax of this interview.
Okay.
You guys have named the failures of Liberia clocking 177 today. Tell us, what are prospects made by the country clocking to 177 as an independent state?
So go ahead.
I'm hopeful. I am hopeful that Liberia can move into a better direction. I am hopeful that we as Liberians can do better. We have made some gains in some places. I'm not going to sit here and name the where we made some gains.
But you name the failures though.
Yes, because I think that naming the gains, for me, the gains that we have made, I don't think it's something that I want to put my chest up about it. I think we can do better. I think we need when the orator said we need to be more radical, I would talk about myself. I would say like this: if I won the presidency, if I decide to run and I win, we will make sure that our natural resources, like our gold, will not be sold by private entity.
Okay.
Let me finish, please.
But I mean,
our rubber, Firestone must go, or they build a tire plant. A Stellar Meter, you will not take the Stellar Meter.
You want Stella to be president in the country? Huh? You want Stella to be president? So Marlon.
Let me finish. A Stellar Meter, you will build steel plants. One of the things I would say, one of the main thing I would say that.
But you are a shareholder in a Stellar Meter or Firestone. You got share.
I bought shares in a Stellar Meter, but I lost all the shares when the stock market crashed in 2008. I lost.
So you part of the Stellar Meter exploitation?
I know.
But you got share some of the companies that operating right now in Liberia.
Yeah, I do, and I have my reason why I bought shares in it. I bought shares in it because if I as a shareholder can speak that they should not be there, they should not do what they're doing.
Your vote is infinitesimal to the total argument.
Okay, so I said, let me get on. We need to build in Liberia. We have 5 leading causes of death in Liberia. HIV/AIDS is 6.5% of our death. The first four cause of our deaths in Liberia, according to the WHO, about 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, is due to the lack of clean drinking water. Under my administration, under my administration.
Okay, so no, wait for 2029. Yeah, wait for 2029. Wait for 2029. You listen to the orator. She said, "Do your work and stop talking about your 2029."
I'm not saying about 20. This is not about 2029.
Yes, sir.
2023.
Yes, sir. Drop all your weapons for 2029. Wait.
I'm not talking about reference. This is not about 2029.
Okay.
We're talking about the
Ask the question. What's the good thing?
Yeah.
I'm telling you what it's not about 2029. It's about what we as a nation can start doing.
Okay, so what is significant development milestone?
Significant development milestone.
Yeah.
I don't see it
on the table.
I don't see it.
But you just need
something. What we can do. I'm saying what we can do. He asked me the question. Okay. He asked me the question. He said I named what was wrong. I have named everything that is wrong. I'm saying these are the things that we can do. We have not seen it. Nobody have pulled the trigger to do what we need to do as a nation.
So the question now is to Mr. Yellow. He has turned the entire existence of Liberia. No, politically.
7 years.
Politically, you say disappointed. Yes, sir.
I repeated my argument to the political class, and I'm highly disappointed in the political class. I owe them no apology. At any point in time, vehemently, the political class is an evil genius to this country. And until the political class can do what is right, we will hold them responsible for the demise of this country and for the dismal development that have plagued this country, for the level of poverty, for the bad health care in this country, for the poor infrastructural development, that because now they are building roads and clearing mud from the roads, and they call it building roads. Over 177 years today, we got our neighbors, Ivory Coast, around 60 plus years. Ivory Coast have road connectivity everywhere. Sierra Leone, few years back in 2013, to come to Genema, which is at the border of Bo in Liberia. There was no bridge over the water that will ferry carry us. But now there is a concrete bridge. We are living in a country where you have people using grammar and English to justify their level of wickedness to the Liberian people. And until we can have this conversation, let me respond to the question. What has gone right? We have civil society and Liberian businesses that are doing well. We have civil society that are pushing the government, and the only opposition that you ever saw throughout, even during the war, was civil society actors pushing for good governance. The war and economic crimes court argument today is not a lawyer argument that Masekweden will be trying to flame all around here, acting there, because the president appointed him. Now he was doing a private job, and he thinks now he's a champion of war and economic crimes court. There's a civil society work that civil society have done over the years. Those are good things. You have Liberian businesses that are in Japan and other people that are pushing the case of Liberia and trying to show that Liberian themselves. We have a chemist that producing one of the strongest essential beams in the world. That when you rub that, no matter how much arthritis you have, will heal you. Right in Ganta, that medication is leaving from Ganta here. If you think I'm joking, type online the Liberia manufacturing company. The president of that is a chemist from the University of Liberia.
Okay. No, so we're about to take course.
So before we go to the land,
yeah,
we need to understand that good things are happening in this country. But Liberian, the resilience of Liberian. During Ebola, we preach that Liberian resistance and the resilience were going to get rid of Ebola. The Liberian people, for 20 years after these politicians and military people decided to slaughter the people in this country, over 200 plus and 50 plus thousand people in this country, the people that brought the result here are the Liberian people. The resilience that we have is what we are happy for. But the politicians are the saddest stories that you can write on. If Joseph Boakai is angry, he should improve the healthcare. If he's angry, he should improve the education system. If he's angry and all his lieutenants and they want to attack me, I'm ready to attack anybody back. So if you get all of these things happening, then they should step up and say, we are not like the old politicians, we will be a new politician. But I can safely tell you that we will be tracking their contracts. We will be tracking contracts in counties. I think we'll call him myself, just talk about it. And tomorrow I'm going to Grand Gita. We are going to train people. If they want to put people on the way to, maybe they want to be the CDC so they can militarize the state and also start killing people with integrity. Then we want to see.
No, we don't expect.
It's not about what you've done. It's about what they did before. The political class have got an example in this country.
I don't see that.
It's not about this government. My argument is about the political
class.
No,
but we are in the present now. We can't continue to be speaking.
It happened in the past because they haven't changed their attitude.
Okay,
look at the budget to the integrity institution. You say you want to fight corruption, and LSCC is fighting corruption. LSCC have won their first case in court under the new government. What is the budget of the LSCC?
What's the budget?
The budget is operationally dead. Mama, if you want to have this conversation, the government needs to wake up. The political class needs to wake up and support governance and stop playing propaganda with governance.
Okay, we're about to take course. I want to say congratulations on behalf of State of the Nation. Congratulations to you. You're going to be representing Liberia as a fellow in a 2024 cohort of the Atlantic Racial Equity Fellowship. This is one of the world's most prestigious fellowships. So I want to say congratulations. And congratulations to you too. You also have a radio program running on one of the local radio stations. And we want to say thank you. After serving 16 years in the U.S. Army.
16?
Wait, 16?
20 years,
20 years,
and 36 hours. Don't take no 4 years away from me. What's wrong with you?
So the numbers to call are 077728 20 years, how many hours?
14 days and 36 hours.
How many seconds?
777 28 59 61 777 28 59 61 0777 25 38 19. Hello. 1 minute to a caller. Hello.
No, that phone is not here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, yeah, please go on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
All right, here, Mark. Okay, yeah. All right, we thank you so much. 0777. Do not call 0777 28 59 61. Do not call that number.
The next number is 0777 85 61 76.
Okay, so and yeah, hello. Yes, sir.
Well, let me say thanks to all of you for your, discussion. But what I want to really say here, I want to appreciate this woman. I want to recommend that Joseph bring this lady to serve as a youth Minister of Finance, so that this country can be straightened out and not rely too much on outside nation.
She got discipline in. Is she a financial professional?
She can manage that. There are some other people who are put into position here don't have such charities.
Oh, okay. I respect your opinion. Thank you so kindly. Thanks for placing. Yeah, thanks for placing in your call. Hello.
Yes, hello, Magdalene.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I appreciate the gentleman in the studio. I mean, what they said, I think one of them talked about the orator, what she spoke about the American embassy. I think she was to the point as well. I think that lady did pretty good. Miss Power, right? She did pretty good on describing the behavior of the American government, in the Liberian people affairs. But they were also talking about the description of the House of Representatives and what they're supposed to be doing. I think it was Mr. Overcully who may have spoken about that. I just want to know, I hope my questions now out of context here. I just want to know what you think about the tracking during the elections, because it's so detrimental to our society. It's affecting good people who are qualified, but because they don't have the money, other people can track people into the system and vote for them, and they get to these positions. So I wanted to talk about it just a little bit at the time. Thank you very much.
We don't have the time. We got another major program coming up. Hello, we take our last caller. We sorry. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay, my brother. We actually out of time. I mean, yeah. So yeah, sorry, we had to let you go. Yeah. So
to answer that quick question for the trucking in, I think is wrong. I think that they should pass a law. Also, the citizen, if you live in one county or one different district and you trucking into a place like District 10, you taking resources out of your district. The fact that Mr. Yulu talk about the political class being messed up, and I still stand by what I'm saying. We should have a federal state, but that's probably will not be in my lifetime that we will do it. But I will work my butt off to set the foundation so the future generation can carry on. But I think the trucking is bad, and that's something that needs to stop.
Okay. But
I first want to say thanks to the caller. I think the callers were very attentive, and I want to address Dixon. And first calling away from Maserado, Dixon said, "What are our hair marks?" And I think this in question is in place because sometimes when you're speaking, people don't understand what you've done for the country. So some of us have raised a lot of smaller businesses, big businesses that you can name in this country, from security firms to cosmetic businesses. We've trained them. We continue to train Liberia-owned businesses across the space. More so, there are civil society organizations that we continue to strengthen their internal processes, because one of the biggest things people have is that civil society organizations don't even have issues. So I do something that is called organizational health analysis. This country is sick, and the analysis of the country, we've done it and given the paper to some of these ministries. We've analyzed those ministries, given it. We've done it with civil society organizations and build their capacity. In your various counties, we have youth organizations across this country that we build their capacity. And I can talk about many things. The first innovation space in Liberia is a dream that comes from my brain, our campus. I can talk about a lot of things that I've done in this country. And sometimes when you say people think you're bragging, you're not bragging. But we've changed lives of people. There are people in this country who can call on this show and they are testimonial to the work that we've done, not only in Liberia. So you see that the Atlantic Fellowship which is because of the work that you've done. The dude is one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life, one of the toughest programs, and that program is leading to a PhD.
Wow.
So we thought I wanted to talk.
Okay.
But the next thing I want to respond to is the fact that because Memang Brice Mensah raises an argument on the U.S. ambassador and Chargé d'Affaires, so she should be Minister of Finance. I think that's sick. I think the argument is weak. It's below the belt.
No, he was talking about the orator. The orator.
No. Raptor Pele cannot be a Minister of Finance. Raptor is not skilled in that. Raptor is an anti-corruption expert. Raptor is somebody that I knew for more than 15 years. Raptor cannot do that work.
Okay.
If you say you bring Raptor to LSCC, or you bring Raptor to PPCC, then you are putting Raptor to a better place.
Okay, but I think
then the next thing I want to talk about, let's fast say, because it's shocking. Accent is an issue in this country. Accent, I'm clear with it. Sometimes when people call and they sound sweet in American accent, people think that they know one of the people that sound in Iroquois. And I refuse to speak in other accent because it's a choice. And accent does not drive wisdom. Trucking as an issue in this country is part of the electoral processes in this country until they can use to some of us our argument that the fraction of election in this country should not be, because you register in the place, you should vote in that place. It should be you have a registration, it's biometrics, not only by registration, but it's biometric by voting, and you can vote anywhere. Now, if we get to that point where you can vote anywhere, trucking business will stop, because there will be no need for trucking. If I like you, I'll move to that district and vote for you. Why? The political class is useless.
Okay.
They have not helped us. Then the last thing I want to comment on is the fact that the progressive, I disagree with my brother.
Let's leave that one alone for another day.
Yeah, we're running out of. We're going to our program, another program.
30 seconds, I'll end. The progressive are some of the funniest minds this country has ever had. As a veteran of the student Vanguard Unification Party.
I see why. I see why.
As a veteran,
we can agree or disagree.
No. As a veteran, I will tell you clearly that some of the best minds that reintroduce multi-party democracy in this country.
That's a blatant lie.
And we can raise
that's
that
a blatant lie.
Joseph Boakai has never been a progressive. Joseph Boakai was in the era of the progressive. Joseph Boakai
was not a progressive.
He was not a progressive.
Okay.
Joseph Boakai is a civil society, a former civil society actor who is not acting like a civil society actor. Invite me another day with this. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure.
So,
hey, I always enjoy it.
Yeah, quickly before we close. The U.S. embassy.
Yeah. You almost
just now?
Yes.
How many minutes ago?
No, Front Page Africa captured it in their publication.
Should be a time for hoping. I mean, that's a speech that was like 3 hours ago.
No, this is not it. They said Independence Day celebration should be a time for hope, unity, and celebration.
That was the speech for sending a celebration greetings to us, right?
So she ended by saying that Chargé d'Affaires' decision to walk out was a measure response to maintain the event's decorum and spirit.
Oh, okay. Yes, because we are out of time. In a statement shortly, the U.S. Embassy said Independence Day celebration should be a time for hope, unity, and celebration, introducing divisive rhetoric and unfounded accusations during such an event undermines its purpose. The CDA's decision to walk out was a measured response to maintain the event's decorum and spirit. Responding to the government, Information Minister Gerald Limick PR said the orator does not speak for the government. She doesn't work for the government. She is a private citizen. She has her right to freedom of expression. I do know about the Chargé d'Affaires walking out And if she does that, she knows her reasons. So thank you so much. We've been looking out for this response from the U.S. Embassy. And yes, we've gotten it from the information minister as well. So this is how we come to the end of today's edition of State of the Nation. It was actually a fascinating time with the with our panelists, Lawrence Zelu of Accountability Lab, the ED at the Accountability Lab, and Mengistu Wolokoly, former presidential aspirant, and well, he might be into it 2029, but it's too early according to the orator today. It is too early to start expressing your intent, but rather you have to work. So see you on Monday, and more analysis will be placed on the oration today, presented by Dr. Pele. See you on Monday. Cooper, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so kindly for your support. I really appreciate it. Be a good boy.
Thank you.
Happy 26. Happy 26. You got it. You want to say about the
I don't know.